ever gonna let me know?
Gotta make that loud snap. You see in that last clip, I was doing an eccentric heel drop. I'm currently battling a little Achilles tendonitis, so I thought it'd be a great time to do a video on running injuries. This will be kind of a rant, and we'll just kind of go off the way I'm feeling and my thoughts on what I do and how I cope with running injuries. This isn't my first. I forget the statistic, and don't quote me on this, but I think it's over 85% of runners get injured every year, so it's bound to happen. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it will happen. So my overall attitude is just to be positive when you're injured, when you want to run, but you can't. There's really no use in pouting and being upset. Just look at the positive things. So I'm going to list 3 positive things to help you cope with your run injury, whatever that may be. First off, it exposes a potential weak area that you have. For example, my first big running injury, I had IT band syndrome, and I tried to run and couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I knew where it hurts. I tried to foam roll that area and do what I could, but I would keep getting into my run about a mile, mile and a half, 2 miles, and then it would flare up and I wouldn't be able to run. And then I would have to take a few days off, try again, same thing, just again and again. And this was when I first started to really get into running and doing my marathons. So it was frustrating. And I eventually got to the point where I said, enough, I need help. So I went to Tria Orthopedic, where I met with a running specialist. Had a gait analysis done for the first time, and the things I learned through that were invaluable. I mean, I still think about some of those things that he told me in our session. I was landing on my forefoot or almost even my toe, and my heel would never quite hit the ground. So I was putting a lot of pressure on my calves, and my body had to compensate in other ways, which strained my IT band. And he gave me exercises that I used to help strengthen my hips and my core, and I was able to get back running shortly after. And not only did it help me get back running, but my form now is much better, allows me to be a faster runner. And I would recommend anybody get a gait analysis done if they haven't done that before. My running injury now, hopefully it won't take me out for very long, but it's probably because I am either overtrained or it's exposing a weak area in my body. So I need to do more strength training to get those areas a little stronger. Now I realize this isn't the case for everybody. Some people fall on ice or have a fluke injury where they're put out for a while and can't run. But you can do strength training when you're hurt. Either way. Secondly, it gives you a chance to do other things you enjoy in your life outside of running. What's up? Out here rollerblading. It's actually not too cold. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, life goes on. Haven't let the thing loose, girl, it's so long. You been inside, know you like to lay low. I've been peeping what you bringing to the table. Working hard, girl, everything paid for. First, last phone bill, car, no cable. With your phone out, gotta hit them angles. With your phone out, snapping like you Fable. And you showing off, but it's alright. And you showing off, but it's again, to continue with my second point, do the things you enjoy. So if that's hanging out with family and friends, going out, making sure you're laughing, smiling, flexing. For myself, I also really enjoyed golf. Played golf in college and really was into it in high school and before that. It's currently Masters Sunday right now, and I'm watching Rory suck. I was so looking forward to today because if he wins, my dad put a bet on him to win when he was down in Vegas for me. And yeah, it doesn't look too likely right now. Patrick Reed is running away with it. While it doesn't always feel right or good, it allows your body to rest. So what I mean with that is, speaking for myself, I'm kind of an addict when it comes to running. So if I'm not in my normal routine and flow of getting my morning run in, getting the endorphins kicking in, I can be a little irritable. I can be easily upset. So it's not something that I enjoy doing, kettlebell swings, doing burpees, anything to try to get my heart rate up, going on the elliptical. Gosh, it seems like you just have to work so dang hard to even get your heart rate up to the same as it would on an easy jog for running. It's just much more natural. Running is such a natural movement, and part of the reason why I'm addicted to it. But my body probably needs some rest, so that could be why I got injured. I ran the Phoenix Marathon, didn't really take a break, got right back into it and started training, ran the Twin Cities 10 mile, and the week before that ran a 10K. So I've been doing quite a bit of running, and this time will allow my body to recover and so I can stress it again. Yeah, just stay positive when you're injured. It'll help you get through it, and hopefully your body will make those good adaptations to get you back out there on the roads or trails. So I thought I would also share a little bit about what I've been up to in my life. Besides it being Master Sunday, I've been doing quite a bit of reading. I just finished second time reading this book. This is Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, An Antidote to Chaos. And this thing is gold, let me tell you. So many good chapters, paragraphs. This thing is just endless. I would recommend it to anybody. It applies to all people, whatever stage of life you're in. And I thought I would share a little bit with you because it's really challenged my thoughts and my beliefs, and it's really motivating. It's essentially a self-help book, but it's unlike any other self-help book I've ever read before. So in this book, Antidote to Chaos, he describes chaos as, suffering and hardship that we all endure. You're bound to run into some really tough things that happen in your life, and if it's not you, it's probably someone that you love that's going through something really hard. So how do we prepare ourselves for the inevitable suffering that we all have to go through? How do we get structure and discipline in our life while also having the balance of the chaos and uncertainty? Because we can't be disciplined all the time. We need to live life, and he describes that life is lived best when you have one foot in that structure and another foot in that uncertainty, and you're so engaged in the moment that time just flies by. So I'll read a couple of things here. It says in rule number 7, if you act properly, your actions allow you to be psychologically integrated now and tomorrow and into the future, while you benefit yourself, your family, and the broader world around you. Thought that was super good. And in rule 7, the rule is do what is meaningful, not what is expedient. And then, because it is snowing and just gross here in Minnesota right now, I thought this was pretty applicable. Our families can be the living room with the fireplace that is cozy and welcoming and warm while the storms of winter rage outside. So what do you have in your life when the storms of life come raging? Do you have family and friends, those solid relationships that you can fall back on when you need a helping hand in those tough seasons of life? Kind of deep, but also just really felt like sharing. Pick up this book. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos from Matt and Franny.